30 laps make their way for these 7 drivers here at the Fuji Speedway. Lights out and away we go. Mario on pole from his first ever win this season, as Jones going to try and do a sweep on dive bomb, and it's going to be a huge dive bomb. 3 drivers going to make their way. Off goes Jamo, off goes Cardi, and it's mayhem for both the Mercedes. That's a spin for Mario. Both Astons are going to take the lead of the race, and Gasly, who had a horrible sprint, is going to redeem himself, and he's going to be up in P1. Battle on lap 5 for P3. Dive bomb goes Mario. Or no, he backs out of it. Never mind. The American Mercedes driver does not know what to do next to one of his rivals right here, the world champion. The world champion goes wide. Ali is going to still secure P3 with all the mayhem behind him. And that Sauber has 2 Mercs chasing him, and Ali goes way too slow. And Cardi slips on by. Mario makes contact. And it's still going to be 5 now. It's going to be 5 people now chasing for P3, while both of the Astons are just going to slip on by and say thank you, keep fighting, keep slowing each other down. You're making our lives way more easier. Metzen falling back, coming into lap number 10. As he's having a difficult race, he's going to dive into the pits. He was looking strong for the majority of this Grand Prix, but now, a third of the way done, he is not looking too good, but his teammate is still P1. He's still looking strong. Mario and Cardi finished the podium, as Jamo's still trying to push to get that podium and steal from both of the Mercedes blokes. But no, still nothing. Mario and Cardi are still fighting stronger than ever here at Fuji. The battle for P2 has begun, as Mario's going to defend from Ali, defend from Matthew. And it's still going to be, I believe, a battle to the end. It's going to be a 0.5 second penalty for the Sauber rookie. And here comes Metzen out of nowhere. I can't believe I just said that. Added to the tally. But yes, coming from down under, it's going to be contact. And it's going to be a spin from Ali. Here comes the world champion. It's going to be huge smoke screen, and it's going to be contact. Spin. Around goes Jamo, and around goes Ali for a quick second. It's going to be a safety car. And Gasly was right there in the pits. Good call from Aston Martin. Here comes Mario in the Merc. Got lucky as well. And that was just wild. That's a safety car? I mean, no damage, but okay. Ladies and gentlemen, coming on to lap number 23 of 30. We're going to have 8 more laps to decide the winner of the Fuji Grand Prix. Gasly's not even hesitating. He's slamming on the throttle. And he is going to go. We're going back to racing for 8 more laps at Fuji. Cardi in the back, not having a great restart out of the bunch. It was Mario versus Jamo in the sprint, and now it's Gasly versus Jamo in the Grand Prix. Still really bunched up. Again, not Mario's race so far. Really good debut for the Sauber driver, and I say that! And he goes off. Mario's going to get a clean overtake from him. He's going to take P3 away from Ali. Here comes Metzen. And here comes Frosty. The Lamborghini Fantasy Formula 2 driver fighting against a Mercedes driver for P5. You love to see it. Jamo being overtaken by the Mercedes driver once again in this race, and just in this race weekend alone. And coming out of the final corner, the grid is going to be a little more bunched up than we've seen earlier this race. And Mario's going to get a run on Gasly. Coming on to the final, or the final straight, you could say. Morrow is going to try his best to try to do a late stand coming into turn 1. Is he going to hug the outside? Is he going to do a dive bomb? He does do a dive bomb around the outside. Does it stick? No. Gas is going to lead us into forward on lap 24, coming to 25 on why we have a second safety car. And Morrow hitting the wall, and the safety car has been deployed for the second time already. After a late pit stop with more than half the grid, 5 drivers pitting in, Carty will lead a safety car once again. And coming on to lap 27, 4 more laps of racing to go. Let's go back to racing, guys. Carty slammed on throttle. Frosty following behind, and Gemma in pursuit for another Grand Prix victory. But here is the underdogs. Morrow, Gassy, and Ali, maybe even Metzen, all underdogs who are still in contention for this win. Coming into turn 1, it's going to be 3 wide. It's going to be a huge bunch up. Ali slamming into Frosty. Frosty going off the track. And I think that was either Gassy or Metzen slamming into the other Aston Martin, and Morrow right there getting a little bit of it. As it's a huge spin! Carty spinning around! Under pressure by the world champion, and here comes Metzen. He spawned in, and up into P2, Morrow in P3, right ahead of Ali in the Sauber. Don't tell me we're in another safety car. We are in another safety car. 3rd safety car. Let's see what happened. The safety car was caused ungently by Gassy, as we're on board with him. And there it is. 2 damage, almost taken out Gassy. Ali almost did, and the safety car will be pulled out. And we will have a 3-lap shootout, or even 2-lap shootout. 2 laps to decide the Grand Prix winner. I told you, Gassy will be one of the underdogs. He's P3 in the restart. Jamo doing the classic, punching everyone and getting a good restart. He's going to weave the tires. He's going to do everything necessary to make sure to hold everyone up, and then he's going to absolutely gun it. As here comes an example in less than 5 seconds, and there it is, right there. Everyone's back to racing. As 2 laps will decide the Grand Prix winner. Everyone is still in contention for this win. Everyone still has a fighting chance, and here comes Carty. He's going to try to think about making a dive bomb on Matthew, and he just slams him, or forces him off the track. And Morrow's going to pick up a few positions on that, thanks to his teammate who did a dangerous move in the back as well. Ali's noticing that Frosty has a 1-second penalty. He's going to try and benefit from that. And he's going to try and do something about that. Oh! Huge crash in the back. Ali slams into the back of Morrow, giving him some rear damage. And Frosty is going to benefit from that, but he will have to serve the penalty up front. 2 Canadians clashing. It's almost like a civil war over here. As Jamo is kind of tweaking out, going off the track and everything, but he's still there. Gassy is still within reach for this win. We're going to come on to the final corner to start the final lap of the Grand Prix. Gassy using some of his overtake, it looks like, and he's going to try and make it stick. Coming into turn 1, he's going to be ahead of Jamo. Jamo's going to have to run it wide. And out of turn 1, coming to turn 2 now. Gassy's going to be ahead of him. Until then, Gassy is going to still try to pull it and push as hard as he can. He's pushing. Pause. Aston Martin telling him to just keep pushing and keep him at bay. It's coming out of the difficult hairpin that Morrow got absolutely destroyed in a lap earlier. And coming into the quick right-hander into the uphill chicane, or uphill section. Gassie's still gonna lead. And coming on to the final hairpin, the final corner, Gassie Cupcake is still in contention to become the second Canadian in VMC history. Well, not really the second one, but more like the third VMC race winner. It's gonna be very close. And Gassie is your race winner. Give it up for the Astons. First ever win in VMC history.